Hello there. And we are live. Ryan.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
Yeah. Everyone, you're welcome to the Ryan and Claude show. Our guest, John Moore, the Liverpool fan, and he also runs Red Chart podcast. Is on his way. I think he just told me that he's just trying to sort out his computer or something like that. So he should be down here with us. Just to give us a little bit of an insight into Liverpool and what they're all about at this time. So, Ryan, it's football weekend again.
Yeah,
It's a
we
big
got
one. It's a big
Premier League
one.
football back. Thank goodness. Thank
Premier
goodness for
League football back. Yeah. But before we get into that, what would you say about the poor English showing in the Nations League competition? What's really going on with England? Totally, they've not covered themselves in glory at all.
that. I don't know. I think it all starts from player selection and team selection and tactics and all that kind of stuff. It all boils down to. I think there's a big change needed, and we're going into a World Cup where we can't possibly change it this soon. There's not enough time. Change should have
Yeah.
been done a long time ago, but here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. We want to welcome to the show our special guest today. And he's a Liverpool fan, guys. He's a Liverpool fan. I try to bring the best guys, down here. I've been with him on a couple of other streams, and he's a great guy. Uh, he's more of a Liverpool fanatic than most will ever, understand. But I just want to welcome on his debut on the Ryan and Claude show, which is my flagship show with Ryan Maguire. I want to welcome to the show John Glasgow Red Chart podcast. You're welcome to the show, John. John, give us a little bit of intro into who you are.
Thank you very much for having me on. Really do appreciate it. Honored to make my debut on your show, mate. Thank you very much. As everyone knows, you see from the flag behind me, massive
Yeah.
Liverpool fan. I always say, you need to support the best team in the world. There's no good supporting these bums like Arsenal. you can't support fucking bums like Arsenal. You have to support a good team, mate. Support Champions League winners.
Okay, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Okay, we're just talking about the English league out here. Sorry about the English matchup. So, Ryan, what will you say about that English match? What happened?
I don't know. They're just failing to score, and then they managed to get free against a weak Germany side after being 2 goals down. Bringing
Yeah,
Saka on changed the game.
change the
Um,
game.
it's gone to it should be starting him, but again, like I said, all starts with team selection and the tactics and the way they play. They don't play exciting attacking football. They try and get the goal and then defend it. They don't try and capitalize on any weaknesses in the other teams or um, any of their pros. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just all shocking. If you want to make this a depressing hour, we'll talk about England. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
shocking.
John, do you have anything to say about that? About the English matches. The one against Italy, a lackluster match, lost 1-0 to that. What in God's name is Maguire doing? I'll just excuse that for now because I would like you to give me your words on what you think about both matches that England played. What do you think? Give us a little bit of a heads up, John.
I don't understand what the going on with this England team at the minute. You go from a team that is playing a European Cup final to a team that doesn't even look like they've played together before. I don't I can't figure them out at the minute. Is the team fed up with Gareth Southgate? If Gareth Southgate is he too defensive? Because what really baffles me is I don't understand why he doesn't play now. I'm a big Liverpool. I don't understand why he doesn't play Trent Alexander-Arnold. Because I think if you actually play him, he will give you a better attacking option. Especially with his crosses into the box, he would actually be able to help the England team. But I just don't get Southgate whatsoever. I think England may go out in the group stages of the World Cup. I can't see him getting through the group stages.
Yeah,
I think we're that bad at the minute.
He's definitely a shocking manager. I think that's a very distinct possibility that they go out in the group stage. And
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know. I can't see him winning it. I don't see him winning it at all. So maybe going out in the group stage is what the FA needs to actually get rid of him.
But what's his difference? What has went on since reaching a European Cup final tonight? What has happened in between then? Because something's broke down somewhere.
Somewhere, exactly.
They got to the final. They went 1-up, and then they didn't have another shot on target, and that just goes down to the tactics. They didn't. As soon as they got that goal, they didn't attack pretty much at all. And it all just falls down from the tactics, and it's never gonna. Obviously, if you're getting battered by the other team, and that's why you're not getting forward, then fair play. But that's not what it was. They could have easily gone for it. Easily got a couple more, because you see, Italy haven't qualified for the World Cup. They're not the.
Italy wasn't the best team. England actually could have won that final had they actually went for it.
Yeah,
England didn't attack. But as soon as they get the first goal, they just played defense.
But to what extent can we blame the players? Because it's all okay if we say Southgate out, Southgate out, Southgate out. But is he the one to blame for all these? I still think that the players need to take a look, deep down into themselves, check out their forms, and recalibrate and bounce back and come back to winning ways. Because it's more of a psychological thing for me.
The players, you're right. The players need to take a look at themselves as well. It can't just all be on Southgate. But at the end of the day, why is he still playing Maguire? Maguire's not good enough to play in the England team.
That's the problem.
He's not even playing for his club at the minute. So why is he getting picked for England team? That baffles me. I think he literally is. He's a terrible defender.
Obviously, the players have got
horrible.
The players have got to do the job, but when the setup's wrong and the tactics aren't right, they're only going to do what the manager technically tells them. It's all well and good thinking that's not the way we should play. I'll play a different way, but then then you've got the chance of not getting picked next time because you're going against the manager. I'll want to go against the manager because I don't think the way is setting up he's going to win the games, but then you've got the chance of not getting called up. Then they've got they're playing how he's telling them to play, and they're setting up how he's telling them to set up. It's just the players have got to do the job. It's I don't know if it's 50-50 or whatever percentage you want to put on it, but Southgate's percentage is he's failing at. He's not doing his job. He's not setting them up right. He's not sending them out right. Not picking the right squad.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously Maguire and Dyer. That Tamori wasn't playing, who's arguably could be the strongest centre back. He's really good. So and they go in with the names from the last.
Why did he not play Tony? Tony he's bang on form. I don't understand why he did not play him. Kane, I think Harry Kane actually he's starting to hinder.
Do you think that performance against Arsenal really like dwindles his chances in any way? His performance against Arsenal at home at Brentford Community Stadium. Do you think it had any effect at all?
It shouldn't do.
No, I don't know. I don't think he's going to go off the one game. His form up to now in the season's been red hot. So I don't think he's just going to go strictly off that one game. I think it was
Yeah.
always in his mind what team he was playing, and it looks like he's got that squad selection for months, and he's just going to go with that squad selection no matter what. Because obviously, when the season starts, Maguire starts for United. Southgate's got his squad, 11 games in or whatever we're up to now, and Maguire's not playing, and he's sticking with the same squad. It's just that's where the issues are coming from. Right, the squad selection up into the tactics, up into how he's setting them up.
He has his favourites, and he plays his favourites every single time. He's not going to change.
Okay, enough of this English, this England team. It's not inspiring at all, But of course, we always dwell in the Premier League, so that's why we just had to have a little bit of a talk about the English team. Premiership is back. John, aren't you happy it's back?
I'm over the moon. I cannot wait, honestly.
I'll start with you. I'll start with you, John. You're going to face an informed Brighton team. Now, let me remind you, Brighton, they're no pushovers right now. They're really kicking right now. This season, they're on form. Take us through a tour into what you think Liverpool and Brighton will churn out for us come Saturday.
Brighton Liverpool it's going to be a hard game. It always is a hard game facing Brighton. They're a very, very good team, well-organised team.
Yeah.
But what gives me a bit of hope is they're also a team that just recently lost their manager.
Interesting.
So that form that they are in was down the Graham Potter. Now, can they carry that form on with the new manager, or yet to see? So that gives me a bit of hope. Maybe they're still trying to gel with the new manager in the way he wants to play. So we may see a very different Brighton team turn up at Anfield. So I think if Liverpool play their game and Liverpool are at it, then it should be a comfortable win for Liverpool. But we'll say
why do Liverpool fans just believe that it would be so easy for them? Like,
no, I'm not saying.
You don't have any moral standard to actually say that this season.
I did not say it was going to be easy. Brighton is always a difficult game.
Okay, because Brighton, they're sitting in fourth right now. In 6 games, they've scored 11, a whooping 11 goals.
That was under Graham Potter.
Well, they've just conceded 5 goals and they have 13 points down there with them. So it's not going to be a pushover kind of.
Yeah, but there's been a big change in their team. Changing the manager can go one or two ways and give you a really big bounce, or it can make you drop.
Yeah.
Because it can't take you away to use that new manager playing.
Ryan, how do you see that game going? Brighton, Liverpool.
Yeah, I echo the quotes you're both saying there. Obviously, they're a strong team. Yeah, they've lost Potter, but I think they should technically, because they've got the same players. They've only just lost him, so they should keep the same tactics. You would think they should set up pretty much the same way. You're not going to come into Brighton and change things because
I'm just changing, right? Exactly.
There's no real need to do that. The players know the system. They've been playing under Graham Potter for a while, so they'll pretty much just play from where it is. But it's always a tough game against Brighton anyway. And then obviously Liverpool aren't on the greatest form. Talking about England's bad form and moving on to another team in bad form.
Exactly.
Not doing impressively well. I don't know about what's the injury status like. Have you got anyone coming back from injury?
Yeah. We're hoping to have Konate. I think should be back. Majority of the players should be back for the weekend. So the only real bad ones are Oxlade-Chamberlain Obviously, we all know about fucking it. We all know about him.
Oxlade-Chamberlain's never fit, is it?
Naby Keita, again, never fit.
Yeah.
But the majority of them should be okay for the weekend. So for the very first time this season, Liverpool should have pretty much their first team back.
But
It's just whether
see,
I
yeah,
wonder
John.
whether we
I
change
still feel
system.
you guys are still feeling the effect of Mane leaving. You've not
I don't think
adequately
so.
replaced him either, right?
No,
His
I
goals,
disagree.
his contributions, his
I
passes,
disagree.
his run-ins to the 18-yard box. The problem, the chaos it causes in and about those wings, running deep, in and about the 18-yard box.
If
You
you
don't have those
if you've been
runs coming
watching
up again,
Mane,
in it.
if you've been watching Mane this season, Mane this season hasn't done great at Bayern Munich. He hasn't set the league alight. I think we actually sold him at the right time. And you're saying we haven't replaced him. We've actually replaced him with Diaz. Now, Diaz is a very, very good player. He's probably been our best player this season.
But he's not churning out the goals that Mane used to churn out. But that's the thing. He's not as prolific
I agree, but I agree in terms
as
of the
Mane.
goals. But the goals will come. The more he gets used to this team, the goals will come. You've seen with Diaz. Diaz is capable of scoring goals. Mane wasn't scoring bags of goals last season. Mane was great from the end of the African Cup of Nations. From then till the end of the season, he was brilliant. Before then, he wasn't great.
I feel like when you look at the Liverpool, the way you attack, though, it was all pretty much through Mane, whether we were starting or his runs or the way the bombs into the box. I feel like that's a big hole that you've lost. And obviously, you can see with Diaz, he's going to grow into a great player, but obviously, he's not 100% there yet. And I do feel like you miss Mane. One of them figures that I feel like when you lose, you underestimate what kind of influence that you had.
You do.
Team.
He's a bit like Gene Wijnaldum. When Genie left Liverpool, we missed him big time. So we underestimated what Genie actually did for the team, his work that he put in for the team. But then
let's leave Liverpool away for the meantime. Ryan, it's the Not London Derby. You will be here with me because you'll be here with me when we have Deji Sports coming up on Thursday. He'll be here. I'm trying to bring in some other surprise guests for Deji Sports, and I pray you'll be there too. It's going to be a stacked a card. But just before then, it's a Not London Derby. I'll get answers from both of you. Where do you see Arsenal right now with the injuries that we have right now in that team? What do you see us conjuring up in that match in North London coming up at the Emirates? Ryan, I'll start with you. Of course, John will slag us off, so just get prepared for that.
Well, it's Tottenham at home. It's not a game that we lose much. There's the odd defeat here and there, but it's one of them games that we do normally pick up for. Especially last season, the 3-1 last season was a good win when we needed it. So it's one of them games that we get up for, and especially now that we're better than last season. Spurs are arguably the same, or maybe a touch better. Injury wise, I'm hearing that Zinchenko looks like Zinchenko will be back. I can't remember. Odegaard looks like Odegaard will be back, and they reckon Partey's injury isn't as bad. It was a temporary measure, just pulling him off, just to for precaution. So, looks like we'll hopefully have Partey in the middle as well. So, pretty much.
But he's still injured, right? He's still injured, right? Because I think he went to Ghana, and I think he went for the friendly Ghana against Brazil also.
Yeah, right? he went for Ghana. He didn't play, but they reckon it was more precautionary than anything. And obviously that was a week ago, wasn't it? And a week's rest in it. So it's enough time if it's a slight niggle. They didn't. Hopefully, it was something that they thought they could have made it worse by playing, so they didn't play him just to not aggravate any injuries. So hopefully, looks like he may be back, and that'll do us. That'll be a good. That'll be good for us, obviously. But I've honestly got no worries about Saturday at all. I'm not even worried.
But we really need Thomas Partey, to be fit for that game. He just solidifies that midfield for us. When everyone is just out there, trying to get their shot, at a goal, he's that guy that stays back, ready to mop up that midfield, patrol the area, scan that area, and just make sure that we don't, is that guy that even if everyone loses their heads, he's back there mopping up things for us. Uh, it's just very important to us, extremely important. We can't lose him, and this is my problem about us not reinforcing in the summer for that position. I don't know. And again, I still feel like Conte is this kind of like is a very dirty kind of planner. He could really like put hard tackling players around Thomas Partey, make it a bit difficult for him to impose himself into that game. It might be a dodgy one for Thomas Partey, mostly if he's still carrying that injury.
Yeah, 100%. I feel Conte will go more defensive than anything against us. The way we play, we're all out in the attack straight from the off, usually, aren't we? So I can see him going more defensive. And yeah, 100% getting the big tacklers on, getting him to get stuck in as much as they can. But I think that could work for us. Them flying in. We've got the skillful players to get us out of any position that we get stuck in. So yeah, I feel like he'll go very defensive. It's just how we deal with that kind of tactic. A lot of clubs go defensive against us anyway, so it's just about dealing with that. Hopefully, Conte's got the thing at the minute about not starting Son, so he's starting Richarlison
Yeah,
instead.
exactly.
Bringing Son on. Do that on Saturday. Go for it.
But Richarlison is scoring. Richarlison is scoring goals. I think he had a double. He had a double. I think against Ghana or so. He had a very good game. He's scoring for fun this season.
Richarlison might be scoring goals, but when you've got arguably the Premier League's best player last season, that's the one you start unless he's injured, which he isn't. So if he doesn't want to start Son, brilliant. By the time he gets Son on and with 2-3 up anyway, it won't make any difference. So yeah.
Anyway, we'll get back. We will get back to that. John, take me through the dynamics. What you think about that match coming up? Is it not London Derby? Is the one that Arsenal fans need the most? Is the one that we must win? There's this criticism of that Arsenal team, even if we're at top of the league right now. There's that criticism that in the big matches we've blown it. That's what people are saying. That's what critics are saying. Obviously, the match against Manchester United, in retrospect. What do you think about Arsenal going into that not London derby? Do you think it's going to be a party at the Emirates?
First of all, you're saying you're top of the league, right? Respect. Take my hat off. You're top of the league at the minute. But let's put a bit of perspective onto this. We're only in September, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah.
You can't win a league title in September.
Understandable,
right? Arsenal do have a history. This is proven fact. Arsenal do have a history of blowing it. They've done it season in, season out. They went for top four and they haven't got it because they blew it. They've done it themselves. Once Arsenal start playing 2 games a week and injuries start coming into the situation, I don't see
We
Arsenal.
are already in that injury fixture.
Yeah, you're
We
in the
have
injuries,
a
but
host
you're
of
not
injuries
playing.
in that team right now.
What I'm trying to say is, with the fixture pile up that's coming up at the minute,
Yeah,
this is when we will see whether Arsenal are truly up for the fight this year, or whether Arsenal is going to fade away like they
yeah.
have done in previous years. Because when you start playing 2 games a season and fighting for top 4, that's a big, big ask. And I don't see Arsenal being able to cope with that. But in
Okay.
terms of the game this
Then,
weekend,
what do you see about the North London derby? Definitely.
the game this weekend,
Yeah,
it's a very, very, very big game for Users.
very big
If
one.
he's winning,
John, we asked you about the game and you start dismantling the whole fucking season, lad.
I'm just trying to put a bit of perspective on New York, man.
And then we'll get into the season and who's winning the
We'll get into the season, innit?
I'm just putting a bit of perspective on New York,
Right,
man.
right, time we
All
play-
I hear,
I get it. We're
all I
only
hear
in
from Arsenal
September.
is we're top of the league, we're top of the league, we're top of the league.
Yeah,
Calm down, it's
it's a
September.
fact. That's a fact. But when,
It's
by the
fact.
time,
It is a fact. Yes, it is a fact.
yeah, but it's only September. It's only September. I get that. By the time we play on Saturday, it'll be October. So that's a month. That's a month down. We're
That's
nearly
a
there.
month
lad.
down.
Okay, but we're only 7 games in, so people need to calm down. I hear Arsenal fans saying we're going to win the league. There's no proof you're going to win the league. There's no evidence stating that you could win this league. So you need to put a bit of perspective onto that one. If you win this game the weekend, it's a very big result for you. But again, if you lose it,
But wait, if we go in here, no, but John, listen, if we
And
go
I
in
don't
here,
see- I
if we
don't
go
see
in
you
here
winning
and
this
beat
game.
up a Tottenham Hotspur team,
I don't see you winning.
will you give us the respect we deserve and say yes, Arsenal are title challengers this season?
If you win this weekend?
Yeah, will you say
Will
that?
I say you're title challengers? No.
Wow, that's a big one.
No.
Ryan, what do you think?
No,
Ryan, what do you
I
think
agree.
about that?
To be fair, I agree because beating Tottenham doesn't make you title challengers. It's only Tottenham, and it's obviously still early, it is still early in the season.
If you're in the top 4, if you're still up there come January, well, say February, March, if you're still up there, then I will give you full credit and full respect. But until you get to that point, I don't see it happening.
It gets Tony. Have you noticed it gets further on in the year as we get further on into the podcast? That statement gets further and further on into the
It
year.
gets further. I heard this from the second game after play. In fact, from the first game.
After the first game, it was if you're there in December, we'll talk about it. Then it's January. Now it's March.
Now
Do you not fall apart?
It
Do you
goes
not
on
fall
and
apart
on.
every year? You fall apart every single year. It happens.
This isn't that's I agree. I 100% agree, and I've not ever said said that we're going to win the league either. I just
Tony has.
I need to defend us.
Tony has. Tony said it.
I didn't say that. I said
No,
we were
you
going to
said-
challenge.
Arsenal. You said Arsenal will win the league.
No, I said we are going to
Tony,
challenge
Tony.
for it.
There's plenty of videos out there that I've been on, you've been on, and you've said Arsenal are winning the league.
No.
No.
I did not say that. I only stated that fact in one of my YouTube shots. It was because during the preseason, we beat Sevilla, and the hype train was there, and I was just very happy.
What was your top 4?
No. I was just happy at the
season?
time. So I
What
said
was your
that
top 4
Arsenal
you
might
predicted
truly
for the
win
end
the
of the
league
season?
this season.
What was your top 4 you predicted for the end of the season? What did you say the top 4 was going to be
Does
for the end of the season?
Does that matter now?
Well, it does.
We top of the
what's your
league.
top
Does that
4?
matter now?
What was your top 4 you predicted for the end of the season? You predicted the other day. I remember what you said.
Yeah. See. Arsenal,
You said Arsenal were going to win the league.
No, I did not say that. I said Arsenal would
finish
challenge.
You said Arsenal will
You
finish
have to
first.
take into context the vocabulary that I used. I
No, you
said
said Arsenal
Arsenal
will
is
finish
going
first,
to.
Tony. Come on. Come on, put
No,
a bit of
no,
respect here.
no,
Now, come on. You said
no, no,
Arsenal
no.
will finish first.
I've
You
not said
did.
it in any blogs or
You have.
in any
You have.
podcast that
You
Arsenal
have.
is going to win the league.
You
I
have.
said that Arsenal is going to challenge for the league title
No.
this season.
You said
That's what I
Arsenal finish
said.
first.
It's a difference of vocabulary.
You
Either
said
way you want to
Arsenal
see
finish
it.
first. City finish second. That's what you said. You said Liverpool won't even make top 4.
Okay. Okay, now you're hearing it here now. Arsenal is going to challenge for the league title this season. You've gotten it out of me. Isn't that what you want to hear?
No,
Arsenal will
you
challenge
said
for
you were
the.
going to win it. You said you were going to win it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You were talking about the not London Derby.
See,
Let's
you
just
can't
move
even
away
admit it. You
from my
can't admit
opinion.
something said.
No, no, no. Let's just move away from my own opinion. You guys are the guys you are the guy on the hot seat because Ran owns the show too. So you're the guy on the hot seat. So what do you really see? Where do you really see where is the battle maps in that game against Tottenham Hotspurs come Saturday?
So who
What
wants
would
it more?
Arsenal have to do to win that game?
It's just who it's seen it in a derby. Form goes out the window. We all know form goes out the window in a derby. It's just who wants it more, who's up for the fight. If you're up for that fight, then you will win the game. If you slip up even just 1%, you're not going to win the game. It's
So
simply
are
who
you,
wants it more.
are you now insinuating that Tottenham Hotspurs are clinical in them, in themselves, in the way they play? You think they're totally clinical, they're perfect?
No, I'm not saying Tottenham is perfect, the perfect team. They're more clinical. What I'm saying is, it's all about who wants it more, who has the more fight in them to win the game. It's like a Liverpool and Everton derby. Forms at the win. It doesn't matter who's a better team or whatnot. It's all about who wants that game more, who wants them 3 points more.
Ryan, do you think Arsenal needs that 3 points more than Tottenham Hotspurs?
Yes and no. Because there's only 2 points in it, so I think both teams need it. I think both teams need it. I think Arsenal probably do need it more because obviously because we're top, and there's a lot of other fans saying that Arsenal fans are getting carried away, this, that, and the other. But we know, being Arsenal fans, that we know a majority of the fans for some reason aren't carried away and still think we're rubbish, even though we are top. There's not there's no one there's not a lot of people getting on the hype train yet. So I feel like we do need that win we do need them 3 points just to say
Tony's on the hype train. Tony's on that hype train.
Eh?
Tony's on that hype train. He said you're going to win it.
Tony is. Tony thinks we're going to be challengers. It depends what positions you think actually challenging is top 3 challenging for the league. If so, then obviously fair enough.
Not top 4. Arsenal will be challenging for the title this season. That's what I said. So it's for the title, not top 4.
You said you will win it.
Well, when someone is going to challenge for the title, what does that mean?
So there once was a guy who put £10 on. There's once a guy who put £10 on Leicester to win the league at about 20,000 to 1, and Leicester won the league. So Arsenal sitting at about 25 to 1. I don't think it's the worst shout in the world, to be honest.
Totally. Blackburn won the league. So what's the problem if Arsenal decides that, okay, enough is enough? We're tired of these teams coming here and bullying us, and we're grinding out results, beating the small teams. And even historically, you don't have to beat the big teams in the league to be champions. You just need to do your homework against them. Doing your homework against them it's like getting draws against them and beating the whole smaller teams. You can bag yourself the titles. And right now, Arsenal is doing quite well against those smaller teams. The thing here, see, John, Arsenal is doing well against smaller oppositions. We're doing quite well. We're grinding out those results that we need
Right.
to be,
Wait until you play the
that
big
we need to
boys. Wait
grind
until you
out.
play the big boys, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Ryan. Okay. You've seen that this guy, he doesn't like Arsenal. He doesn't respect Arsenal. You know,
It's not I don't like Arsenal. It's not I don't respect Arsenal. It's just I think you're getting too ahead of yourselves. And to say Liverpool won't make top four is just pure disrespectful.
It it's weird because I don't think Arsenal fans are actually getting ahead of themselves. There's a lot of that talk from
Tony
outside
is.
fans. Yeah, it's one person, lad. That's one person. There's the majority of Arsenal fans just aren't saying that we're going to win the league or even title challenge. There's numerous fans out there still thinking we're going to finish fifth and sixth and all that. So
some are even saying 8. You know, I have
that's
a
what I mean.
Tottenham
And there's
guy
not a,
who is part of this channel also who says
the
Arsenal will come 8.
it's mainly people on Twitter though and stuff, which obviously you take that shit with a pinch of salt anyway. The fans that go into the ground every week and go into the away games every other week, I think they're a lot more happier because they're watching it actually get played out. But in terms of what you'll see on your phone screens and that, the hype's not even there. So it's gonna it hopefully it will come if them results come.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously playing the bigger teams, if you can get the draws, that'll help massively as well. You don't have to.
Exactly. You don't have to pump
Beat,
these big
you don't have
teams.
to beat Liverpool. You don't have
Are
to beat.
also famous for winning leagues with draws.
What?
It doesn't matter so far it gets you the title, so far it clinches you the title.
I'm just saying you're famous for winning titles by getting draws.
It doesn't matter so far you get the title. So far you get the title. If you get the title, it doesn't matter who you draw. It doesn't matter who you draw. But see, yeah, see, Ryan, Arsenal is going to be facing Liverpool. All this talk about Liverpool, we are facing Liverpool. You can see he's licking his lips because he knows that
I cannot
Arsenal
wait.
kind of like
I cannot wait.
okay. In that match against Liverpool, we'll be facing them, this month, Ryan. Ryan, do you think that Arsenal would go to Liverpool and get absolutely piped down there like we've always been?
The game's at the Emirates.
Is it? It's at the Emirates first. Okay.
Yeah.
Home advantage. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the game's at the Emirates, and when Liverpool come up to the Emirates, they've not got the massive wins that they have when we've gone to Anfield. I think obviously
Still got wins.
Last year was
wins.
Last year was the 2-0. So I don't. Obviously,
And it was a hard one. It was a hard fought 2-0, actually.
Yeah, 100%. If we were losing against the big score lines, you were hoping. I'd be hoping it was just to reduce that loss by a bit. But when it's only a 2-0 loss, I feel like there should be that chance there and that feeling there that we should be able to overturn that kind of deficit. If it was just a 2-0 aggregate loss in a Champions League game, you'd be thinking I can overturn that. So if you're looking at it from that point of view, that we're only 2 goals behind and we've got a Gabriel Jesus and we've got them attacking players flying and we're playing a lot better. Obviously, we lost 2-0 against Liverpool when we were dog shit last year. So we're going to be a lot more. We're going to be a lot more confident. It's always going to be a tough game against Liverpool, whether they're playing good or bad. It just depends if they're getting out of the ruck that they're in at the minute. It just all depends on exactly how Liverpool are playing. And
but Ryan, I don't think we should be scared. about a Liverpool team at this time. You know, they're not gods. They haven't turned teams over this season. They haven't covered themselves in glory. They have no grace in them. They are clearly missing those goals from Mane. Diaz is a good player, but he isn't churning out those goals. You know, Thiago is getting injured now and then. They're not playing as a unit. There's always one or two mistakes with your goalkeeper, Alisson. See, Van Dijk is not the same kind of guy. He's taken a break this season. In and out is totally not a good defender this year. We have a truck, absolutely truck at the back of that Arsenal back four. Gabriel Magalhaes is playing well. Saliba is playing well. You know, these players are all good. And to be very sincere with you, Liverpool haven't covered themselves in glory this season, and that's a fact. And that's why Arsenal is sitting first on that Premiership table, and Liverpool is sitting way beyond there at sixth. Ryan, is it okay? I'll go to you, John. So it doesn't look like a bias kind of a thing. Isn't that correct?
Which part?
Everything that I just said, isn't it correct?
No.
Okay, bring out the parts that I said that are not true.
Well,
That Van Dijk is not informed. Van Dijk is not informed. Thiago is having a headache getting into that team. Alisson has mistakes in him. Your midfield is not churning out those passes.
This guy doesn't let you talk.
No. I wanted to bring out the parts that I said. So let's know which ones are lies and which ones are true.
Van Dijk is still probably the best defender in the league. You're really trying to tell me your Arsenal defenders are better than Van Dijk?
Yeah, Saliba is better than Van Dijk. This season. No. This season. No, listen to my vocabulary. This season.
You're deluded. Then you talk about Alisson. Alisson's a better goalkeeper than Ramsey.
No doubt. I clearly get that. But there's a reason Arsenal is sitting first in the table and you're sitting in sixth right now.
Yeah, because we've started the season slow. I'll give you that one.
No, not slow. You started it poorly. You've lost a game to Manchester United. You've drawn games this season, including games that Arsenal have beaten the opposition. We beat up Fulham. They drew against you guys.
Yes, wow. But then they do not take away the talent this team has. You're talking about a team that's challenged Man City every single season for the last 4 or 5 years. You're talking about a team that was fighting for a quadruple last season. You're talking about a team that's won the Premier League. You're talking about a team that's won the Champions League. You're talking about a manager that's won every single trophy to win since he's joined the club. There's not one trophy he hasn't won.
It's easy if we sit back here, yeah, and talk about this past ifs, buts, when. Yeah, you challenged at three fronts last season, but you won none of them. You didn't win the Premier League last season. You failed. You totally failed and bottled it in the Champions League. So you have no moral. You have no moral standard to come here. You have no moral standard to come here as our guest, as our special guest, and say
he doesn't like to talk.
But you cannot say that your team
is
good this season. You can't say that. Last season you failed on all your targets. Last season you didn't win the league. Last season, yeah, you challenged for it. Yeah.
You cannot say that we battled a Champions League final. You can't battle a Champions League final. That's a ridiculous statement to even make.
Okay, but you didn't win.
Was Arsenal anywhere near the Champions League?
It doesn't matter. We're in the rebuilding process.
We're
kind of like reconstructing.
You can't talk Champions League. So just leave Champions League at your mouth. You can't talk Champions League.
John, would you not say that Guardiola bottled the Champions League final that he was in with City?
Okay.
You can't battle a Champions League final.
You can by playing the wrong formation, by going.
If you get the Champions,
By
if you
not
get to a
having- not
Champions, if
having
you
two
get to a
midfielders.
Champions League final, then I'm sorry, you have my full respect, because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's a one-off game. Anyone can lose a one-off game.
yeah, but he set up his team completely wrong, and they lost it mainly because of that. Is that not better than
he
the Champions
lost
League
the
final?
final, but he still got to it.
You can still bottle the final, though. Surely
You can't
you
battle.
can,
You
still,
can't battle a final.
you can lose your bottles.
That's just a ridiculous statement. You can't battle a Champions League final. It's a one-off game. Anyone can fucking lose.
Okay, John.
Right. Obviously,
John.
right, we'll bypass the bottling of the Champions League final. Van
Because
Dijk,
obviously you didn't win it, so you bottled it. It's just like Arsenal going for the top 4. We bottled it. Be a man and agree you bottled the Champions League final. See, there's no shame in it. There's no shame. I was going for the top 4 last season, and we bottled it. We cannot do. Be a man and accept that Liverpool bottled it.
You battled top 4 because top 4 was
here.
in your hands. Top 4 was in your hands. You had it. You were in charge of top 4. That's why you battled it. No one is in charge of a Champions League final. It's not in anyone's hands until you win the game.
Okay. Right now, can you give me your thoughts on Liverpool's positioning at the end of the season? With your horror showing this season, you were gazumped and totally disgraced in Italy. I don't know, for some reason, English clubs like Tottenham and Liverpool have decided to totally disgrace English teams. England as a team, out there are having a bad day, but Liverpool have totally disgraced English football with that horror showing, in Italy.
You disgraced English football.
I know I'm getting to you. I know I'm getting to you. And that's what I want to achieve. That's what I want to achieve, because I really want you to know that the Liverpool team right now isn't the Liverpool of last season. That's what I want you to understand.
Tony, hold on. No, hold on. We disgraced English football. Or something wrong in your head? You're talking about a team that's in the Champions League. You're talking about several Champions League titles.
But you got battered. You got battered 2 weeks ago, right?
Have you never been battered in Europe?
No. Arsenal is not in that conversation. Like you said, we're not in the Champions League. I am saying that you got battered 2 weeks ago in the Champions League. Do you agree to that? Do you agree to that? That you got battered 2 weeks ago?
Happened.
Yeah, but it happened, right?
Right, but that's not disgracing the English football.
Why are these Liverpool fans so deluded? You got beaten in Napoli, right? Just accept it. There's nothing wrong in accepting failures, because you grow from them.
English football.
Okay, but you lost your match against Napoli, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now, with that horror showing, with your horror showing in the league this season, because that's why you're 6th in the league. If you were that good, you should have been where Brighton is, in top 4. Fact. This is straight fact. So now, since you're not in the top 4 after 7 games, where do you see Liverpool sitting at the end of the season, holistically?
Easy. Second.
Silence in the room. Second. Ryan, do you agree to that evaluation by John from Red Shark?
Sorry, man. I'll tell you the reason why we're finished second, right? Because over the last 3, 4, 5 years, there's been nobody else in this league to challenge Man City. Right? So show me the proof where Liverpool won't finish second. There is none.
Ryan, take a cue from that. Take a cue from that excuse you just gave right now. If, but, when,
we keep doing it season in, season out. We're the only team to do it.
All things come to an end.
Ryan, what do you think?
All things come to an end. There's got to be a time where you don't finish second. Will it be this year? I'm not sure. I'd still put your favourites to finish second, but you were definitely my prediction to come second at the beginning of the season. But obviously, the way you started, obviously not great. You'll just have to once you get your players back from injury, just kick on. There's no arguing with what Tony said that Van Dijk's been rubbish this season up to now. He got bullied by
It's been off form.
Chelsea Dan,
He's not
Chelsea
been
Dan,
rubbish,
big
he's
up to
off
you,
form.
brother. Chelsea Dan, big up to you. He says Arsenal will be sixth. Can you see how deluded this Chelsea fans can be? He's a good brother, Chelsea Dan. Big ups to you. Yeah, Ryan, you were saying something.
Like I said, they were my prediction to finish second at the beginning of the season. The squad's still still pretty strong, obviously, barring the loss of Mane. It just depends on how they pick up once the players come back from injury. Obviously, we lost against United, but Liverpool went to United and lost as well. So when Liverpool come to the Emirates, I feel like we can get a win just the same as United got a win. I don't really see a reason why we can't, other than Liverpool turning up and being too strong like last year. But I think we are a lot better than last season. So
do you, Bram? Sorry, do you honestly believe that this Liverpool team, after everything they've done, everything they've achieved, the players that we have in this squad, do you honestly believe that this Liverpool team will not click?
No, it's not about clicking. It's about injury. See, it's a whole dynamic. It's the Premiership. Injuries will come, and again, there are players that are getting to the peak right now. And again, you're about selling players like Kieta is going. I know he wasn't, part of your first 11, but when these players start going out one by one, the era crumbles. And I think Liverpool is at that point that they need to rebuild. They need to get new players in. They need to allow these new players to click. It doesn't happen overnight. You can't expect Nunes to come here and just fire up 30 goals in a season. It's not going to be possible. You'll be deluded if you think that. He's not going to come here and set it up alight just like that. He's not a Haaland. He's not that kind of striker. He has to acclimatize into this league. That's why it's called the Premiership for a reason. Oh, no. Am I making a wrong statement here? That Nunes needs to click with the team. That Diaz still needs time because he hasn't been scoring the goals that Mane was putting up. Is that delusion in that statement?
You can't keep judging Diaz off Mane. You can't keep doing that. They're two different players.
No, but you have to do that because it's the direct replacement you bought for him.
You can't keep doing it. They're two different players. They're two different quality players.
Totally understandable, but that was the replacement for Mane. It's the same. It's the same discussion or it's the same conversation we'll have since Aubameyang left the club and we brought in Gabriel Jesus to replace him. Even if they're different type of strikers, evaluations will be made based on both of them because it's a like for like.
Jesus, the best striker in the Premier League.
No one is saying that, but he's putting up the goals, and I think that's enough for us.
Just wait until his goal drought happens.
Okay, so John, logically, big ups to Anthony Herbert is a big friend of mine. He runs a show called Gunners from All Corners. He was on holiday. I think he should be back right now. And he says, yeah, big up Tony and the panel. Looking forward to the Not London Derby this weekend. Going for a 3-2 win wow, Anthony Herbert. Wow. 3-2. See, Anthony Herbert is an Arsenal fan. A legit one, actually. But Ryan, It's saying 3-2 to
I think
Tottenham.
no,
Or
I
did I
think
read it wrong? Or did
no,
I did I
I think he's made a mistake because
he made a
underneath,
mistake, yeah.
underneath that he wrote
He hasn't. It
Arsenal.
hasn't made a mistake. He says 3-2 win to Tottenham.
Yeah, but then he put Arsenal underneath, and then he put a bit further down. Why did I put Tottenham? So I think
Because he knows himself that Tottenham's going to win.
Okay, further down, does it clarify it? Okay. Yeah, because exactly. And it says it here. Why did I put Tottenham? Yeah,
Because he
yeah.
knows Tottenham's going
Exactly.
to win.
Because Anthony Herbert is a legit Arsenal fan. Like, he's a proper Arsenal fan. So see, yeah. But do you see any, even if that statement was erroneous, John, do you see any truth in that?
I could see. I do think it's going to be a high scoring game. I do.
You do,
There's
right?
going to be plenty of goals in this game.
Ryan, where would the battle in that not London derby be at? Richarlison is scoring goals for fun. Son just got a hat trick. What should Arsenal be wary about?
I feel like hopefully it's going to be an attacking game, and we're gonna go for the attack. Definitely, if you was a neutral, you'd want to see Conte set up to attack as well, because then we could have a great game. Because obviously Spurs attacks one of the best, and we've got a great attack as well, aren't we? So if both teams went for it could be a quality game. One where defense possibly could go out the window. And big Saliba could step up with another goal. Because we've got that proof that Saliba scores. Because John's all about his proof, so we've got proof that Saliba scores. So we might come up with hopefully coming up with another goal. Hopefully that goal drought doesn't start this weekend for Jesus.
Exactly.
Because we don't know when that's going to start, but heaven forbid when it does. What happens. And then obviously in middle of the park, like you're saying, hopefully we've got Partey back. We've had the discussion that we've not got anyone properly to bring in to replace him, but hopefully if he's back, we should have the center of the park, hopefully to ourselves. But yeah, like I said, both teams should go for attack, and we should be watching a really, really good game.
Yeah. Okay. John, are you there?
Yeah.
John, please, before we go, because we have to still go back to Android show. Typically what we do here, we talk about the banter club of the week. But before then, and before we round up the show, I just want to ask you, what is your top four? Has it changed from what you said previously? Give us your top four. As you're making your debut on the show, you have to give that to us. And I hope you'll be coming to the show to chop it up, with us again. And then we'll evaluate if it's changed in any way, or if you will flip flop in any way. So, what are your top four teams this season?
First of all, it's been an absolute honor to be on your show, mate. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much, John.
I am up against two Arsenal guys get attacked here.
You're outnumbered.
A bit of an unfair fight, this one. A bit of an unfair fight. But
yeah,
my top four, I'll go City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea.
Wow. Arsenal is not in the conversation, right?
I think Arsenal just miss out. They finished fifth.
What have you seen from Chelsea to say that they're going to finish fourth?
Yeah.
Pardon?
What have you seen from
the
Chelsea?
Hate.
I just think they have a slightly stronger squad than yourselves at the minute. I'm not saying they're amazing. I'm not saying Chelsea are amazing above users, but I think their squad is stronger than what users have.
But there's a lot of talk about how Arteta's inexperienced. But can we say the same thing about Graham Potter now that 100%. They've got an inexperienced?
100%. Graham Potter is way inexperienced, but what Graham Potter does do is he plays good football. He knows how to win games.
He plays shit football. He plays.
I like his football. I think he's.
It's not good.
Could be a big surprise this season. Graham Potter could be a very big surprise this
I
season.
really think that Chelsea job is bigger than Porter.
But
No,
then
no, to
if
be
you don't
very
give if
serious
you
with
don't give
you.
the guy a chance, then
Yeah,
when
yeah. I
when are
feel
we going to?
Yeah, I
He
agree.
needs to
I
give him
feel
a
he
chance.
deserves the chance. He deserves the chance. It's just if he takes it or not in it.
He's proven that he's deserving of the chance.
No, it's not about deserving it. It's about, can you cope with the pressure? Can you cope with that pressure
Only
of
time will
handling a
tell.
big
Only time
team?
will
It-
tell.
it-
No one knows, but only time will tell. That's just my personal opinion. I think they finished top four. I think they
Good.
just missed
So
out.
Manchester City wins the league for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, are you still sticking with your top four? What is your top four? Let me ask that right here, right now, because many people don't know your top four. So before people come for only me, let them come for you too. So
I, I'm
Ryan,
honestly,
Ryan, be
I'm
careful
tired of
here.
people
Be
coming
very,
for me.
very careful.
I'm
Very
honestly so
careful.
I'm honestly so unsure because we've not seen showings really for many of the big squads. I feel like everyone looks like they can be beaten. We've got loads of teams that can beat other teams. Obviously, obviously, I go City. I go City top because that is for me. It's just obvious, but again, they look beatable. They could be a surprise from anyone.
You're
Um,
wrong. City haven't been great this season.
that's
City
what I
have not
mean.
been great this season.
That's what I mean. City haven't been great. You men have been shit. We're obviously playing the best football at the minute, but are
Yeah,
we going to be able to keep it up? I do feel like our squad's a bit thin. If we had a few injuries, that could deter us. If we don't get injuries and everyone stays fit, then we can definitely challenge. So yeah, I do go City first. I'll stick with Liverpool second at the minute. I'll give them another few games if they haven't picked up still, and they might go down. And then I go Arsenal third, and I went Arsenal third before the season started. I feel like we could pick on from last season. And then fourth, my fourth now is Man United, and it wasn't for ages, but they look
yeah.
miles better now. Ten Hag, and
That team's going to fall apart.
I thought he was a good player, manager. I thought he was a good manager. So I
Mind you,
feel like
Manchester United haven't played in a month now.
he's showing that now. And then, but honestly, fourth could be United, it could be Tottenham, it could be Chelsea, and we all need to keep our eyes on Newcastle because Newcastle could be eighth, seventh, sixth, fifth, and they could even be fourth. Because it's
Yeah.
just that open.
100%
Anyone can
agree.
beat anyone as
Newcastle.
well. So
Keep
we
an eye on
keep an eye on
Newcastle.
them. But at the minute, I do go United for fourth at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing I'll say to that is Arsenal will challenge for the league title this season.
You
That's
said
all
you'll
I
win
would
it.
say.
You said you would win it.
Arsenal will challenge for the league title this season. So
You said
you
you'll
can
win it.
interpret it like a win. It depends on your own interpretation. But Arsenal will put up a good challenge for that title this season. Of course, Manchester City is
Sorry, guys, ain't going to happen. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it isn't going to happen. Arteta ain't that guy. Arsenal ain't that team anymore.
okay. I totally understand that that's your opinion. So Ryan, what's your banter team of the week? It could be from the internationals.
Obviously, with no Premier League, with no
Yeah,
Premier League, so we can't go to uh,
England.
a Premier League squad. We'll have to go to a national team, and it has to be England. It has to be England. 110%. Has,
110%.
it has to
It's
go
a
to England. I
graceful
had a,
showing in Italy
to be honest,
in that Italian match.
I had a bit of a laugh at Scotland because they got the victory against Ukraine when it didn't matter. They needed to beat Ukraine to go to the World Cup. They couldn't do it. They got them in the Nations League, thrashed them 3-0. I had a bit of a laugh there, but you can't give them a banter club for winning. But 100% has to go to England and the absolute shit show that they showed us.
Banter team of the week. It's England because Ran Maguire says so. But John, do you agree? Because we have that tradition here where Ryan gives the banter team of the week. Do you agree with that banter team of the week that Ryan just picked up?
It has to be England. It can't be any other. It can't be anybody else. It has to be England. Harry Maguire. Sorry, I'm not even going to pick England. I'm just going to pick Harry Maguire. Maguire is banter all week.
Just Harry Maguire.
The fridge.
It is dangerous. It is dangerous to any defense. I really wish that Manchester United will find a way and put him back in that back four. He needs to be there because
No,
uh,
sorry, I'll take it back. Maguire is an outstanding player. Man United, please put him back in your team.
please put him back in your team. We need that guy there. We need a spy down there.
He's the best defender in the league.
I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this show. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this today. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much. But I'll just allow John here to tell us, what his channel is all about, where he comes from, where you guys can find him. And mind you, he's already a friend backstage, so you're going to be seeing a lot from John Glasgow Red Chart down here is already a brother already. Anyone that blesses my show is already family to me. And me and him, we have a mutual friend where we used to have a lot of shows with Royds, Anfield Royds, and CFC OG, my other friends from West London. So we always have constant shows there. So, John, please, could you just tell the people where they could find you, how they
Yeah,
could
you
add
can
you
go
up?
on Glasgow Red Chats on YouTube and Twitter. And again, guys, thank you very much for having me on. It's all love, it's all banter. But
It's all love, it's all banter.
it's all love in here. But I Glasgow Red Chats on YouTube, on Twitter, mate. That's where you can find me.
Yeah. What's your Instagram handle? What's your YouTube
My
handle?
Instagram, mate, isn't actually up and running at the minute. It's just Twitter, Glasgow Reds Chats on Twitter and on YouTube.
Okay. 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 Good. Ryan, I'll give you that. I'll give you the mantle to end the show for us.
Yeah, like always, everyone, thanks for watching. Your comments are much appreciated. Thank everyone. Pop a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done. John, thanks for appearing, mate. Great stuff. Loved it. God bless to everyone that watched.
Uh, Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Okay, I'll be having a show with Northside LDN tomorrow. It's a not London battle between me and him. Of course, he's an Arsenal fan, but he believes we're going to lose every game. So I'll be I'll be having a battle with him in his channel tomorrow, 7 p.m. So I'll send out the links to friends and everyone that believe in this channel, for you guys to go watch it tomorrow. Same, I think on same tomorrow, I might be having a show with Ola of the United family. It's very, very possible. And John, you might be here because he's a Manchester United fan. So, it might be a little bit good for you to, it's a tasty one. But let's see what
I mean,
happens. If,
any show I'm on United fan, I'm down for that.
yeah, yeah, he's a Manchester United fan, and he could come at you too. So the energy you give him is the energy he
Man,
gives
you
back.
can't talk to me. Man, you can shut the fuck up.
Okay, good. And then on Thursday is the big one. It's the one with Deji Spores. Ryan will be with me. Deji Spores in the flesh will be here. The Tottenham Van Elsen. He'll be here on Thursday to mount off about Tottenham and how they would disgrace Arsenal at the Emirates. He'll be here. I'm bringing special guests that I will not want to disclose right now, but trust me. Trust me, there's a heavyweight in the game, so they'll be here. Ryan will come with me because Ryan is my business partner in this channel, and is also a podcaster here. So he's going to be riding with me as we come down to that Not London battle with Deji Spores. So, John, we'll see you soon. Ryan, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone,
See you
and see you
soon.
soon.